Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am basically a digital illustrator, so I create colouring pages like this one you can see here, and I have been asked on my Instagram how I achieved this gold effect. Today I am going to be using my polychromos. This original piece was done using Prismacolor pencils, but I'm going to use polychromos today because that is what everyone on Instagram voted for, and this is the blend swatch of those colours. We have our darkest shade, which is walnut brown, and then we have olive green yellowish, green gold, and the lightest colour of cream. So if you have polychromos, then these are the ones that I'm going to be using today. So let's get to it. Okay, so I've just zoomed the camera in. The first colour that we're going to go in with is this green gold, and we are just going to very lightly do a base coat. You want to try and keep a nice even pressure so that the colour comes out exactly the same. So if you start pressing lighter in some areas and harder in others, then you're going to get an inconsistent colour lay down. So just try and be mindful of how hard you're pressing the pencil on the paper. So now we're going to take our darkest shade, which is called walnut brown, and I'm going to leave a slight light edge, and I'm just going to map out where I want the edge of this walnut brown to go. So if I pick this up, you can see that I've left a light edge here, and that's because I want to have a little bit of sheen, which I'm gonna, you'll see at the end. So for now, just draw this line here, and I'm gonna do that on the outer side here as well. Helps to have a nice sharp pencil on this bit, and then the same here as well. And now, working from the outside towards the inside, I'm just going to very lightly map out where I want these darker areas to be. So I'm not going too far towards this middle section because I'm trying to imagine that the light is hitting here. So this would be the brightest part, and as the bell curves round, it's going to gradually get darker. So this deep colour only really needs to be on the far edges. But you want to do a very light shading as it comes towards the middle, because we're going to layer over another colour to get a nice graduated blend. Okay, and then we're going to go in with this olive green yellowish, such a long name. And this might seem like an odd colour choice, but I feel like it works really well, but you only really want a hint of it. So we're going to start just a little bit further in from this walnut brown that we've put down, and we're going to layer over the top of that and then work towards the middle again. And repeat that on the other bell as well. And then we're going to go back to our starting colour, which was the green gold. Again, just working from that outer edge, not right from the edge this time, just kind of where you finished off with the olive green, and working towards the middle again. And then our final colour, cream, and we are going to basically go over this central section now. I'm still keeping a light pressure at this point, light to medium pressure to be precise. Okay, so now we're going to repeat that whole process again, working from the darkest colour to the lightest colour, going from the outer edge towards the middle. This time I'm also going to go slightly heavier with the pressure that I lay down, because I'm confident where these colours are going now, so I can afford to go a bit heavier handed because I know exactly where these colours need to be. One thing I'm doing when I lay down the next colour in the blend is that I kind of lightly go over the previous colour with it, so the colours kind of blend in together a bit nicer. So I'll lightly go over the previous colour and then start applying a bit more pressure when I go on to a fresh bit of paper. Now this time with my cream colour, I'm going to go a bit harder, and I'm going to use this colour to blend out towards the edge. So I'm going to start in the middle and then go outwards to blend in all of those colours that we've just put down. And now I'm going to use this lighter colour to fill in this gap that we left at the edge. Again, a sharp pencil is really good for this. Mine's a little bit on the blunt side, but I can work with it, I think. I'm also using a very hard pressure there as well. Now if you want to, you can go back in and, you know, darken up any areas that you think need to be darker. So I'm just going to touch up a few little bits now. So now I'm going to work on the inside of this bell. So I'm going to use the darkest colour, walnut brown, and I'm going to start towards this upper section here and start with a medium pressure, gradually reducing to a lighter pressure. So by the time I've gone from here to here, I'm hardly pressing at all when I get to this edge. I'm trying to make this inner section at the top look richer and darker in colour, because this is where the shadows would fall. So as this edge comes towards the light, there'd obviously be less shadowing, but this is inside of the bell, so it would be quite dark in there with not much light hitting it. Then I'm going to go into the olive green and do the same, just gradually build up some colour from the top edge to the bottom edge, getting lighter in pressure as I go to the bottom edge. And then onto the green gold. And then I'm going to go back in as I did with this top section. I'm going to darken those colours and apply more pressure now that I know exactly where I want them to go. And now back in with the olive green. So I'm just increasing the intensity of this gold colour in this top section because it's starting to look a bit washed out in comparison to this. So I'm just going to add another layer of colour. Okay, so using your, actually we'll go in with green gold again. We're going to colour this outer rim. Okay, and we're going to use our walnut brown again. We're just going to colour in this half of the circle, or third of the circle. So again, where this is going in towards the shadow, we want this part of the sphere to be in shadow. This point here would be the brightest, because if the light's hitting it head on, it would hit here and it would be in line with this light that we've got. So light is hitting there, it's hitting there, and it would hit on this rim and on this rim. And then you'd have a little bit of shadow towards this area. So if we just add in very lightly some shadowing here, and the same again for this one. And then if we use this time our lightest colour, so cream, and I'm just going to fill in here where this light bit should be. And then I'm going to use the green gold to just go over the rest. So going back towards where we laid down the shadows, just colouring over them so the colour blends in. And I'm going to use my olive green to just add some more depth to these shadows, but I don't want them to be too harsh, so olive green is a safe bet. Using the green gold, oh no, sorry, let's use the walnut brown. I'm going to very, very lightly colour in the inner ridge here. And then I'm going to use cream. And there we have it. So I must say, I am not an expert colorist, and you could probably get better tutorials elsewhere, but from a beginner's perspective, I hope this has given you some guidance. Now you can go one extra step and you can add white highlights. Okay, so where the light is hitting here, I'm going to add quite a big highlight. And then the same again on this one. And then I'm going to add a dash of light right here to kind of indicate that the light would be hitting this point. And then I'm going to use my jelly roll pen, because it's got a finer nib, just to add some mini highlights around the rim here. Hopefully that's helped. Any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.